So we are back with the European Journeyman and we have reached the 1st of January. So we finished the last season, our first season in the top division here in Sweden, and we somehow nearly snuck ourselves into the title. We did end up finishing third, which means we will be in the Conference League qualifiers, but because of the way the winter schedule works, that probably won't be till probably around July, August time. So we've got quite a bit of the season before we get to any European fun stuff, any little European trips. But we do have pre-season, we've got friendlies, and obviously we've got the Swedish Cup group stage as well. But mostly this will be to transfer things. Obviously we've got the winter window where all the Swedish teams release players. We finished around November time in the season. Not much is really happening, so I've just kind of skipped forward to January. I think if we do any more seasons here in Sweden, we will just skip forward because nothing really happens between that November to January period. In terms of things that have happened, we have spent a little bit of money. We've upgraded the facilities once last year, which now has put them to adequate. But we are now spending money on another lot of new training facilities, as well as youth facilities as well. So both of them will be improved in the next 3 months. We are also building a new stadium. A loan was taken out of £3 million, and yeah, it was like another million or so from a grant which came in. So it's going to be a 3,000 seater stadium, a big improvement on the one we currently have. Assistant gaffer, making sure everything looks up tip top shape. So in terms of money, we've got quite a bit, 4.3 million in the transfer budget, £4,000 a week spare on the wages. Obviously we can move that into budget if we move it across into wage if we want to. We're currently spending 44 grand, and in terms of players leaving, we really don't have any. Everyone is under contract for at least the season. We do have a few in the under-19s who will be leaving us. We've already talked about them. Rio is going to go to Burton Albion today. Osters are going to be picking up Jaden Quashie, and Hulgaard is going to be leaving to join Geis as well on the 29th. The cat is just sat directly in front of the mic. I can see it's still working, so it should be fine. We do obviously have a couple of players out on loan as well. I don't know when their loans actually finish, whether it's going to be, yeah, probably more, well, it looks like it's May for these. I wonder if that's because it's in Scotland. That's kind of like their June, isn't it? End of June, and yeah, he's going to come back on the end of June, so probably not until later in the season will we get them back. We'll probably just try and sell them on because I don't really think they're ever going to be good enough. We do have a reserves team now to play in the under-21 league, so there's that. And then in terms of players in the squad, I think Musa Diallo, we probably need to move on. He's not really good enough. Victor Caro, I think we need to loan out. This cat is being... Let's just get you out of the way. Let's not... Oh, there we go. Mic's down. Oh, we've got a mic down. Oh, God, it's all happening. There we go. See you later, cat. Yeah, let me just sort that out. We won't make a cut because it's fun. It's funny. We love it. Oh, right, okay. We need to get something... I need to occupy this cat with something. Right, cat is now occupied so we can get back to what we were saying. So, yeah, we've got a couple of players that we're trying to move on. So those being Musa Diallo, we're trying to sell. Caro, I think we need to loan out. Same with Krasnicki and Van der Pava. We could try and sell them as well. It's an option of just selling them or moving them on. Diallo is homegrown, but so is Krasnicki, but we just don't need them. They're not really needed. I think we'd be open to offers on pretty much anyone else not in the first team. I think Vucinic Persson, who wasn't maybe Sweden, we probably move him on as well. We do have obviously some of our current players who are wanted, so there's obviously sorry, I was running up the stairs. There is chance that we could sell them as well for the right price. Obviously, depends who we bring in. In terms of transfers in, we have signed one player. He's agreed to join us. Is going to be new goalkeeper Anwar Nuam. He is a 20-year-old Moroccan goalkeeper currently playing his football at a team called Sadabel in the lower leagues of Spain. He's 3 stars of current ability, so a leading player in the second division with big potential. So he joins us. I don't think it was too much. It was 210k, could rise to 275. So he's the only one joining us. Think we still probably need a better goalkeeper, but if we don't end up finding one, he will do. So yeah, we're at the 1st of Jan. We've obviously got players who've left, clubs, things like that. Our transfer window doesn't actually open until the 28th or the 29th. But obviously players will have left other parts of the world. So hopefully we can go out and find some to sign. But I think in terms of where we're at currently, I mean, we were already nearly... we were in ended up being in a title challenge in the end anyway. Currently media prediction has us a 9th, so anything we can do to get higher in that will be ideal. So we've reached the 29th of Jan, which is when our transfer window technically opens. So we've managed to make some deals. We'll talk about the ones exiting first. So Hulgaard's went to fellow Premier Division side. Are they still in the Prem? I think so. Yeah, GAIS for 60 grand. Quashi has went to another one in the same division for 64 grand. We obviously signed him. On a free from Fulham, did well in the second division. Like I said, kind of made a little bit of a drop off in the first division. And then Diallo, he's went to Helsingborg, who are in the second tier for 33.5k. Is homegrown, came in, never really did anything of any note. So he's left for money. But we have signed 3 new players, and they all look pretty good. So the first one in is Anwar Naoum. This is probably the worst of the lot. He's only a good Premier Division player, but he's got potential to improve. We're going to add him straight to the loan list because we have signed another goalkeeper. We probably paid a little bit too much for him and on his wages, but nevertheless. But the other goalkeeper in the door is Ellie Harrison. He is a 25-year-old, 3.5-star goalkeeper, leading Premier Division player with star potential. Relishes big matches, consistent. Love to see that. He's on a 4.5 grand deal till 2034. Formerly of Man United's academy, had some loans in and around the league, then went to the second tier of Holland, went to Reading on a free in League One. For some reason, didn't get played, but he's overall a very all-around good goalkeeper. So he comes in. We're going to put them all on language courses because that's what we do. Add them to the training squad, and there we go. So we've got our new goalkeeper, so we don't need to worry about that. And then obviously Griffiths will drop down to be a backup, which means we have still a number of players we're trying to move on. So now we need to find a loan for. Oh, I forgot to mention this one. This is the biggest sign we paid for. Hampus Osterberg joins us. Injured, but he does join us, the 21-year-old Swede. He's 3.5 stars of current ability, a leading Premier Division player with big potential to improve. Love to see it. He's on a fair whack, but he's got a long contract and he's very good. 1.4 million. He was at Halmstad's, did okay for them. They did get relegated though, so his release clause came in. We've picked him up. He's probably going to be our new star centre mid, along with Gorman, I would imagine. Yeah, I'll probably put him in there, which means Hafidi drops to the bench. Not sure what his future at the club will be, but for now, this is what we're looking at. So we need Van der Pavard to go, Caro to go, Stangenberg to go, Krasnicki and Nuam. I'm thinking we probably keep him there, and we maybe look to move one of the wingers on. I think Scanlon, I'm not really sure where to play him. He can kind of play everywhere, which I guess is a good hand to have, someone who can play everywhere. The other option is to make him a right back, but again, I just don't think he's got any defensive ability whatsoever to be making that move. Boyson, I'm thinking we maybe need to find a loan for as well, but I'm not too fussed on just keeping him around the squad with him being homegrown. You got to think about the homegrown rule as well. So at the minute we've got probably not enough homegrown players in the starting lineup. Osterberg is a Swede, will be Swedish, so we're okay there. What is it? 9 in the team. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got 8, so we probably need to move someone on. I think maybe Hafidi or Scanlon or... Well, yeah, it would have to be one of those two. So we'll see what we do, but I think for now, we're looking good. Obviously, we need probably a left back and a right back in the door. That's going to be the main things. And then maybe a really good striker as well. Both our centre-backs and both our strikers are still wanted, but there was an offer accepted for Monker and for Dewar, but they both rejected contracts. So they're clearly quite happy at the club. Those other transfers that were scheduled up have also left as well. If we look at that, Rio, Quashi, I think Rio was the only one who went earlier, so he's also gone to Burton. So yeah, we're looking good. We're still in for a couple other players as well. We've got another player from Halmstad that we put a bid in for, but he's also got an offer from Gothenburg, so we might not get him. But at the minute, things are looking good. We'll check in a bit later. So we've just reached the first game in the Swedish Cup group stage, so it felt like a good time to come back. So played a couple of friendlies. I think really not a lot has gone on in terms of incomings. It's really more outgoings. Nothing in the free transfers. Haven't bought any more players, but we have sold another player, Savante Stangenberg, the backup goalkeeper. Came in on a free from Hammarby and then is left for the second division of Holland for 135k. So a nice little profit on a backup keeper. Can he complain with that? And then we have loaned out Anwar Nuam. He has gone on loan to a team in Morocco. I don't know what team, what division they play in, whether it's just not loaded or what. But yeah, he's gone out, already making 3 appearances. So they clearly have money because he's on a decent whack. So we're doing okay. The squad is looking good. We've got a bid for Victor Caro to go to AIK, who are actually in the 2nd division now. Not really sure what to do with Alasi. I think we'll just keep him around as a backup. But if an offer comes in, I mean, we might even look to just see if there's any interest. If there's no interest, yeah, if there's no interest, we'll just keep him around. He's homegrown. It's fine. Not really sure what to do with the whole midfield thing at the minute. I think what we've got at the minute is fine. I think Scanlon can go back out. I guess if we lose a striker or a winger, it makes things a little bit easier. We can maybe play Scanlon as a winger. I think there's still I think he's still better as a centre mid. Looking at him, he's not quick enough really to be a winger. I think centre mid is still his future. Struggling to find fullbacks, but obviously the goalkeeper coming in. If we take a quick look at the season preview, just to get an idea of the business we've done in and out, it is a little bit better. We were down in 9th, we're now up in 7th, so I want to be going for the title, but it's obviously the higher we get on the media prediction, the better it means our squad is in comparison to the rest of the league. So 3 games in the cup. I'm not going to play any of them on camera, all off camera. But we'll come back after them to see the results and if there's been any more transfers as well. So we have progressed in the Swedish Cup after a 3-3 draw with Hammarby. We then had a 7-0 win over Haninge and then a 2-0 win over Lindholm. So we are through to the quarterfinal, which is actually pre-seasoned as well. So we are going to play this off camera. It's Ljungskile in the Swedish Cup quarterfinals. So we will play that one obviously off camera as well, but it's before pre-season. Nothing really happened in terms of transfers. No one's really left. No one's really joined. Yeah, we're kind of just at a bit of a standstill now. We might not be doing much else to do really. We've tried to loan out or sell a few players, but sometimes they've just been rejecting contracts. Like Carroll rejected the loan, for example. So we've only got a couple to move on. I don't think there's anyone in the under-19s we need to sell. They're all out on loan until later in the year. So we're all right. We've probably got the squad that we're going to have now until July at least. Yeah, we'll probably just have to accept what it is. But I think we'll be okay. I think we've got a good squad. And I guess we'll just check back in after that quarterfinal game. So our quarterfinal game was a success. We beat Ljungskile 4-1. Elbujufi, Scanlon, an own goal, and Finley Gorman getting on the score sheet. We did get a couple knocks, but nothing too serious. I think Ronnie Monk took the worst of it. He'll be out for a couple of weeks. So we've got Elfsborg in the semis. Again, we're going to do that off camera. If we do win that, though, we will be in the final. We will play that off on camera. I don't know if that's going to be when that happens, though. But yeah, if we do manage to get the final, we will play that on camera because, yeah, we're not too bothered about the cups. But if we got to a final, we definitely want to play it because we've never won one. And it is a chance to get into Europe as well. So we did manage to win our semi-final game against Elfsborg. It was another big win, which has just given me even more confidence that we could win the league this year. Osterberg, Scanlon penalty and a double from Elbujufi got us a 4-0 win, which means we will play Degerfors in the Swedish Cup final, but that's not until May, near the end of May as well. So we've got nearly a full 2 seasons of league games to get to it. Before we get there, we've got one last friendly. In terms of transfers, I don't think anything else has really happened. The only thing is we've agreed to let a player go, but he's not going to leave until June. Emmanuel Alase is going to go to Aalborg for I think 40 grand. I mean, we didn't pay much. Well, we got him for free. We haven't played him much, I was going to say, in the top division. So happy to let him move on. So overall, I think we're good. I think we might have to leave a player out kind of thing with the bench, but I don't think there's anyone off. I mean, besides Monker, there's not really anyone we'd obviously if we put him on there. Well, Alase actually, he's going, so that doesn't help either. So we have to leave 2 spaces, basically. So, yeah, not ideal. Van der Pava isn't going to play, though. So if we do it like that, with the squad we've got 2 spaces for some homegrown players to come in if we find them. Krasnicki has a bid to go out on loan, so we'll see what happens there. But he could obviously stay. But, yeah, at the minute, it's looking good. Still would rather we had some better fullbacks, but I think this... Probably something like this, or Mundell Smith on the right and Moncur at striker is probably what we're going to go with. But yeah, we'll get the final pre-season out of the way. We'll get to the first game of the season, and then we'll wrap it up there. So we've now reached the first game of the season, which is our point to wrap up. So a good pre-season into the Swedish Cup final. Not really any more transfers to talk about. I don't think anyone's left. I think everything else is pretty much as it was. We've got a couple injuries which we'll need to address. Cooper obviously is going to only be out for a little bit. Van der Pavert is going to be out for 3 to 4 months, so we're probably not going to be able to move him on. Boyson has also got an injury for 3 to 4 months, so he's going to be unavailable for quite a long time. Dewar is just suspended, so he'll be fine. But yeah, Cooper just a four-day one, so he should be fine as well. So looking at the team, obviously it's potentially a little bit light, I guess, coming into it. We've still got Carroll we'd like to move on, but he doesn't seem to want to move on. Hafidi we could move on as well. So yeah, I think we'll just kind of see how it is. Not had any bids for El Boujoufi, even though he had a really good season. Epia had a couple of bids from Burton that we just didn't accept because he wasn't interested. So overall, things are looking good. We're going to have to leave spaces though, but we can play one more non-homegrown player in the squad. So we'll have a bench of 6 at least. So that should be fine. But yeah, I think we're looking good. I think we're going to have a good season. I think based on the pre-season as well, we absolutely should be in the title challenge. Media prediction has us down in 7th. But as we know, there's not a lot in it, I don't think, between the teams. We've still got some money to work with as well for when July rolls around, so we'll take a look at that. Also, if anyone comes up between now and then, is another option. But I think this is sort of what we're going to go for now until we get Ronnie Moncur. Well, actually, Ronnie Moncur is fit, so he's going to come back in. And then I guess we'll just put Mundell Smith back on the right. So this is what we're going to go with. A pretty familiar team for us. I think the only one would be Dewar in, Luca Cooper in. But the rest pretty much stays the same. So that's going to do it for this episode. When we come back, we will play Jägerfors, which will be a preview of the Swedish Cup final. And then we'll play Hammarby as well, or Hammarby, in the next episode. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you all for more very soon.